Another 10 questions around program lifecycle management performance domain. I am starting the question number from 11 because we did 10 questions on program lifecycle in our last video. So here we start with question number 11. During the program planning phase, you gain clarity about program component deliverables, resulting in the creation of several new deliverables that were not included in the roadmap prepared during program formulation phase. You are preparing for an upcoming stakeholder review. What is the best approach to ensure stakeholders remain aligned towards the program, common goals, and objectives? So we are understanding there are two subphases of program definition is coming into a discussion here. During program formulation phase, you prepare the high level roadmap. And during program planning phase, you got into detail, you prepared a program management plan and you identify few more components. Now, after doing that, when you have a detailed program management plan and work breakdown structure, you want to approach a stakeholder because the upcoming meetings are happening and you want to make sure that they remain aligned towards the common purpose. So what are the options we have? Option A, use the program management plan and program work breakdown structure as the replacement for the roadmap to align stakeholders. I can definitely use program management plan, program work breakdown structure to develop alignment and agreement, but it won't be a replacement of program roadmap. Roadmap is an important artifact. It helps us in aligning towards goals and objective. It also provides timeline view for upcoming benefits and objective. So I would consider it a little bit if there is no other better option, but I go to other options first. Option B, present the roadmap prepared during program formulation for alignment and show updated details in the work breakdown structure. So in general, it's not a good idea to show anything which is not updated. When I have a new information, when I have a new deliverables, I better update the roadmap and then I show it rather than I just show something it was there and see the work breakdown structure as an additional stuff. Yeah. Option C, update the roadmap with the new components and milestones. Looks good. Yeah. Referencing the work breakdown structure for further details. So I would say the B and C are more or less same. The only difference is B is saying show the old roadmap. C is saying that show the new roadmap, updated roadmap, new version of the roadmap, and give a work breakdown structure as the follow-up detail. So out of A, B, C till now we discussed, C is a good idea because I need to be updating my past artifacts to reflect the new reality. Option D, develop a separate document combining the updated roadmap and work breakdown structure for stakeholder alignment. There is nothing like a need of a new document here, and there is no name given to the new document. Why to create unnecessary overhead? So we go with our option as we understand is the best in this particular case. If you have a difference of opinion as before, you can put it into the comment area. This particular question, I consider map to task 3 of your program lifecycle management because it clearly tells you need to develop a program roadmap using goals and objective of the program and historical information. And as things becomes available like work breakdown structure, scope statement, benefits realization plan, you need to make sure they get updated in the roadmap. So we align the roadmap all the time, and it is used to align the program with the strategy and manage the expectation of the stakeholder, including sponsor and steering committee. So roadmap is definitely a tool which is used for stakeholder alignment. It is also provide a timeline view. So the question was not much focusing on timelines and milestone, but in the available option, this is a good idea. So we go with option number C and task 3 is the mapping. Question number 12, a large organization has recently initiated a digital transformation program to modernize core systems and improve customer experience. The approved program charter highlights the following strategic objective: enhance operational efficiency through automation of manual processes, okay, improve customer satisfaction with user-friendly digital platform, and ensure compliances and updated regulatory requirement. Okay, so compliance, automation, improve customer satisfaction, these seems to be a program objective. Now, during the first stakeholder meeting, sponsor prioritizes faster automation to deliver operational efficiency quickly. Steering committee members emphasizing regulatory compliance as the highest priority to avoid penalties. As a program manager, what should be the best approach to validate the program high-level scope to ensure alignment with the strategic objective and stakeholder expectation? So we do have a clarity in this question, little lengthy question from a text perspective. You rarely get such lengthy, but you are here to develop the understanding, which will be definitely useful in your real exam. So we have a program objective. In the real exam, they may just put a one objective. I put it 3 here just to make it a little more comprehensive. So you have a program objective, and the stakeholders has difference of opinion about priorities of these objectives. Some think they want to get it early, someone wants to get things later. And another important area is these stakeholders are high power stakeholders. They are steering committee members, or they are like program sponsors. So they are powerful people, and I need to figure it out. How do I move in this particular situation? Let's see what all 4 options we have. Now, document stakeholders' inputs, good idea. Prioritized automation, why? As it aligns with operational efficiency and finalize the scope. So document input till that it is good, but I probably won't be able to prioritize myself. Yeah, that's clear. I'm an integrator, a facilitator, creating collaboration, but these powerful people are the real powerful people. I can't prioritize myself. Option B, negotiate with the stakeholder to align priorities and collaboratively develop a high-level scope description covering all strategic objective. Great. Yeah. So the question was talking about that how do we best validate and develop a high-level scope? And another important word which is coming here is negotiation. So I need to negotiate. We are listening to each other. I facilitate the conversation. I demonstrate my conflict resolution skills. And by doing that, we collaboratively develop a high-level description which takes care of all our program objective, and we may take it to the program roadmap development as well. Good idea. Till now, it looks good to me until unless we have something else. So I'm marking looks like B is right. Option C, focus exclusively on regulatory compliances initially to mitigate legal risk and prevent potential penalties. Now, if you are choosing option C, you are thinking too much. Yeah, it is like you believe that regulatory compliances are important. Usually they are. In general, we do believe regulatory requirements are important. But I can't take a call. I need to work with the stakeholders. Develop a separate scope draft for each objective and present them to steering committee for final approval. I can do that, but why don't I do it negotiate and collaboratively? So option B is saying let's do a collaborative work. Why to create silo work, and I work on the documents and take a silo level approval, and then probably I remain confused. Option B, because it covers the word negotiation as well. Yeah. So as usual, you can comment if you have some query. Now, this particular question can be mapped to task number 2, which has a word negotiation in a program lifecycle management. So translate strategic objective into high-level program scope statement by negotiating with stakeholders, because we are expecting these kind of challenges will come. So negotiating with the stakeholder is one of my important task. So whenever question is showing that I am negotiating with the stakeholder, probably it has a hint for me to pick up the option. So it looks like a good option, including sponsor steering committee to create a program level scope description. So I will be collaboratively working with the stakeholders and negotiating these scopes in order to come up with the high level aligned scope statement. Question number 13. So your program aimed to increase customer service level for an e-commerce organizations and consists of 3 component projects: online sales, inventory management, and order tracking. So I have a program and it has a 3 component projects. Great. Confusion arises over who does what. Okay. The online sales teams believes the inventory management team is responsible for updating product delivery of a product availability. The inventory management team insists the order tracking team should handle something. So it's like, I don't have to get into the details. I understand that there is a program and there are 3 component projects and people are confused about who does what. And I need to resolve it. Yeah, that's the question. Okay, so what is the best approach to clarify roles and responsibility across the project? Yeah, that seems to be across the projects inside the program. Yeah, that's the question. So allow project managers to define working agreement for their teams to clarify responsibility. Yeah, that looks good idea in a way. But the project manager may not have a holistic view of the program. Yeah. So I need to work with the project managers. I can't just let the project managers resolve, because the question is clearly indicating there is a conflict. Yeah. So I can't say, guys, go in a room and figure it out, because it may not produce an optimal solution. But it is not at all a bad idea. It's a possible option until unless we get a better one. Yeah. Option B, develop a responsibility assignment matrix to clarify outline roles and responsibility across projects. Great idea. Because responsibility assignment matrix, RACI, is a good keyword. I should be focusing on it. It's there in our program management task. It could have been better if it tells that I will do it collaboratively. So it says, developing responsibility assignment matrix along with the project managers to clarify roles and responsibility. And I negotiate roles and responsibility. That would have been better language. But if that's missing, I can still go with B if I have to compare between A and B. Option C, use standard PMO templates to assign generic roles to each project, each team and distribute them. Not going to work. Standard PMO template is not going to work. Escalate the confusion to the steering committee to resolve the role conflict. I can do that. Yeah. So I would say A, B, and D all are possible thing. But the B looks good to me because it gives me a hint of responsibility assignment metrics, and it is something which is directly a solution to whenever you have a confusion between teams or your project and program team members about who is responsible for what. Yeah. So I go with option B in this particular situation. Yeah. Okay, so this maps to task 4. Yeah, develop a responsibility assignment matrix. A very nice word. Be vigilant about this word whenever you see it. Yeah, it can give you a hint that it might be a right answer. By identifying and assigning program roles and responsibility to build a program management core team and differentiate between the program and project resources. Though this is more about creating the boundary between program management team and the project team. The question was not showing confusion between program versus project. The question was showing confusion between project team versus project team. But it is something which can help me in clarifying roles and responsibility in case of project versus project as well. Yeah. So I can use the tool called responsibility assignment matrix or response RACI matrix. Yeah. Question number 14. Your program includes three projects: order fulfillment, customer support, and loyalty program. Each project team is creating program level KPIs to monitor their performance. Okay. Yeah, project level KPIs to monitor their performance. Each team is doing it. To ensure alignment with program benefits and objective, you need to guide them using the most appropriate documents. Which document should you use to guide the creation of KPIs? So pretty simple, straightforward, document-oriented question. So you see that there are three projects and they are preparing their own project level KPI. That's the important thing. And you want to make sure the project level KPI should roll up and help me in tracking the overall program level KPIs. Yeah. Now, in order to achieve that, what all documents you will use or suggest or probably take a guidance from so that your project teams pick up the right KPIs. Option A, program benefits management plan, good document, and program charter can be, but program charter usually contain the high level objectives. Benefits management plan looks good, but it's a candidate option. If I don't get better one, program charter is something which is giving me the objective. Benefits management plan gives me a clear details of lifts and details of benefits, and also shows me what all approaches I should use to track the benefits, transition them, deliver them, sustain them. And I also get an understanding of what kind of matrices will be used to measure those benefits. So that's all is coming in a benefits management plan, which I can use further. And it also gives me a mapping between benefits and the components. Yeah, so this looks good. Charter is little high. Let's see. Option B, program roadmap and business case. Roadmap is high level milestone, detail, interdependency, alignment. That all is good. KPIs, it's a graphical presentation, pictorial presentation. KPI is not there. Business case can have some justifications, may lead to identification of KPIs. Usually based on business case, we identify benefits and then we create a benefits management plan. So because of a roadmap, I can easily rule it out. Any business case is also very high level stuff. I should be using some more detailed thing. Option C, benefits management plan, look good, and program governance plan. That looks good. Yeah. So now if I have to compare between A and C, because B was anyway out, a benefits management plan is common, program benefits or benefits management plan, that's common. The only difference is program charter versus program governance plan. I better go for program governance plan because benefits management plan takes care of all the benefits which are expected in the the program charter. But there could be other elements other than benefits also which need to be governed. There could be other KPIs also which may be related to compliance, which might be related to other health, safety. There could be other stuffs, yeah, which is expected to be given in the governance plan. It could be productivity related stuffs as well. So the option C looks good till now. Program governance plan and stakeholder engagement plan. Stakeholder engagement plan is not necessary to be used as a KPI. Stakeholders can have their needs and expectation that is available. And in a way, those needs and expectation may trigger some kind of KPIs. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible, but it's like two level. I have a needs and expectation, then I will think about my benefits or my governance, and based on that, I will drive the KPIs. So in a more closer level, the option C is there, which is giving us benefits management plan and program governance plan. Yeah, so this is what we can select for question number 14. So it is also mapped to task, yeah, task 5 of your program lifecycle management. Define standard measurement criteria, including key performance indicator for success and review points for all constitute project/component by analyzing stakeholder expectation and requirements across constituent project component to monitor and control the program. Yeah. Now, seeing this, you may say, then better I focus on stakeholder engagement plan. Yeah, that is not the focus. The stakeholder requirements and expectations are given in where? Stakeholder register. So stakeholder register is there, which will give me that. Based on that, we are finding out how do we engage with stakeholders. So stakeholder engagement plan is more focusing on the engagement strategies and engagement thing we will do across the program to keep the stakeholders aligned. Yes, in order to engage with the stakeholder, we need to speak their language and we need to be using right KPIs. That way, it's related. Everything is related ultimately. But major focus of this question is benefits management and governance, because those are the two plans which easily and clearly talks about KPIs. Yeah. So I need to set the KPIs. Yes, I need to have an understanding with the stakeholders, but overall, these are the two plans in consultation with the stakeholders will help me in defining it. Yeah. Question number 15. So usually when you have a long question, there is a likelihood the options will be easy. The question looks difficult and the selection might be relatively easy. Let's see how this one turn out to be. A global organization has launched a supply chain optimization program to enhance logistic efficiency and reduce cost across its operation. Okay. The approved program charter identifies three strategic objectives: reduce transportation cost, enhance vendor performance, and increase inventory accuracy. Yeah. So yeah, we understand that there are objectives. During the initial stakeholder meeting to define the high-level scope and roadmap, conflicting priorities emerges. So the plot is more or less same, which we have discussed sometime before as well, which is saying that you have a situation where you have identified program objectives, which means they are part of your program charter. So program charter is signed off, the program has been authorized, and these three objectives are part of program charter. We understand that. And now we are moving forward and there is a conflict. So operational director insists on prioritizing transportation cost, the procurement head asking for something, IT director asking for something. Yeah. So I don't have to get into the story further. I get it that yes, there is an agreement on the objective, but people are fighting or having conflict when it comes to creation of a high-level scope and the roadmap. The sequencing is becoming difficult. So I have approved business case, I have approved program charter, and I am most likely in a program formulation stage here, formulation phase here, and we are creating high-level roadmap, and then we might be moving towards initial scope understanding and further detail understanding. Yeah, so that's the case. So tension is here. What do we do as a program manager? So in general, I will be looking for a word negotiation. Whenever I get it, I get the answer. Let's see. Acknowledge all concerns, performs cost benefit analysis and feasibility analysis of the priorities, and propose a sequence that maximize return on investment. Yeah, that makes choice a little tricky. Looks good. Yeah. So it is saying that, okay, guys, let me figure it out, the roadmap, and let me do the sequencing and business analysis as a program manager. I am expected to do, because I am the one who was involved or who have created the program business case. So I have an understanding. Program business case is also asking for some sequence. So I will come up with the calculation and I will share with you. Yeah. And my goal is maximizing ROI. Now, This looks all good. The only suspicious point is maximizing ROI. Not necessarily the program objective is maximizing ROI. It could be something else as well, but it is focusing on one area. Yeah. It would have been better to maximize the organization strategic objective or maximizing program objective, then it would become more open. But ROI is little negative word because it is talking about a specific one, and that was not mentioned in the question. Option B, propose a follow-up meeting at the end of the week, provide stakeholders a structured format to justify their priorities and with supporting data. Possible. It's a conflict resolution thing. So here what is it is coming is that I will focus on avoidance. Yeah, I will avoid as of now and I will say, guys, it's becoming too hot right now. Why don't you bring your data? And this is the template. You fill this thing and we'll meet after 1 week. Yeah, possible. You can do that. Focus on IT infrastructure first, as advanced tracking system will enable cost reduction and vendor improvement. Now we know that there is a IT director argues. So even if it's a right priority, but I can't just agree that one priority is right. Yeah. So this is the option I would say least preferred as of now. A and B are still better. Yeah, because they are talking about something. They have their own negative part of it, but C is definitely out. Option D, actively listen to each stakeholder priorities. Yes. Identify interdependencies. Okay. And correlatively develop a balanced high-level scope and roadmap. So, yeah. So this is something. If I talk about B, yeah, A has a ROI, so I can ignore it. B is saying, let's discuss this after 1 week. D is saying, let's talk together. Let's look at interdependency. Let's find out what we are, how do we balance? Yeah. So balancing high level scope and roadmap is kind of a negotiating. So the option D is not using the word negotiation. If we use the word negotiation, the choice may become easy, but it is talking about something which is about doing facilitation and negotiation and developing agreement. Yeah. So my task is not to do prioritization of myself. My task is not to do decisions related to what goes first, but to work with the stakeholders and collaborate with them and negotiate with them. So going with that idea, I can choose the option D. Yeah, so this will be the right option here. And it is basically focusing on two tasks. So translate the strategic objective into high level scope statement by negotiating with the stakeholders, including sponsor steering committee. Yeah, so we learned about negotiation before. And then it is also talking about develop a program level roadmap using goal objective of the program, applicable historical information, aligning the stakeholder strategy and manage expectation of the stakeholder, including sponsor and steering committee. So I need to focus on alignment and agreement. I don't have to work on in a way that I will figure it out myself. And whichever collaborative approach of conflict resolution we get is usually the good choice. Yeah. So we can choose option basis on that. Question number 16. Your program to increase customer service level for an e-commerce organization includes three component projects: online sales, inventory management, and order tracking. Okay. Confusion arises regarding roles between the program team and PMO and the project teams. Okay, so this is going directly to the task. The earlier one, the confusion was between two projects, but here the confusion is between PMO and the program team and the project teams. The program team assumes the PMO will define reporting processes. Okay, the PMO insists the program team should establish oversight and governance standards, ideally should. The project team believes the program team is responsible for assigning resources and defining project level tasks. That is definitely wrong. This role ambiguity is delaying process, causing incomplete reports and misalignment in resource utilization. As the program manager, what is the best course of action? So I am pretty much clear here. The PMO cannot define the reporting structure for my program. They can suggest, yeah. So there is a possibility I need to do something about it. But the question is not saying what is right and what is wrong. Question is saying this is the confusion is, yeah. So there is a possibility I need to clarify roles and responsibility. In this case, I can definitely clarify here as a program manager because I know who is expected to do what. Let's see how we see the option. So facilitate a meeting with all stakeholders and collaboratively develop a responsibility assignment matrix to clarify roles at the program, PMO, and project level. Good choice. Looks great. Option B, ask the PMO to provide standardized roles and responsibility document based on no. Allow project managers to identify their resource needs and reporting responsibility independently. Most likely, yes. Yeah, that C looks great to me, but it doesn't talk about this problem. Yeah, the project manager will definitely able to identify their resource and reporting responsibility inside their project fairly independently. They may have some restrictions though, but the question is about confusion at a program level. So I can discard the option C. Assign a program team a leader to act as a liaison to the PMO to resolve role overlaps. Possibles, but the A is far, far better. So this was again a easy one, directly mapped to the exam content outline. If we start understanding the exam content outline, each and every task of it, these kind of questions will become very easy for you. So develop a responsibility assignment matrix by identifying assigning the program roles, responsibility to build program core team and thing that's there. And overall, we need to focus on collaboration because we want to develop stakeholder engagement. So we do want to create improvement in the communication and overall coordination, which is also can be done with the help of responsibility assignment matrix. Yeah. So we got, I think, more than one question for responsibility assignment matrix negotiation. So this is how we pick them and they will help us in finding the right answers. Question number 17. During program performance review, each project team is defining specific KPIs critical to their stakeholders. However, some of these KPIs need to be tracked for program level monitoring, and two KPIs are not fully aligned with program objectives. Okay, this misalignment is causing conflict and lack of overall program visibility. Yeah. So what I'm sensing here is that each project has their own KPIs and there are specific KPIs. And some KPIs are going and connecting to a program, not all. And there are some KPIs which are not aligned with the program level thing. The program is asking for objective A and they are going in a different direction. They are taking us away from the objective A. So as a program manager, what should you do to ensure effective monitoring? So again, it is coming. The question plot is same that we need to ensure the project level KPIs and monitoring, and we need to ensure that it maps well to a program level thing. So I should guide this particular process. That's the same plot. Option A, insist the project team monitors only KPIs aligned with the program benefits management plan and governance plan. So say, in a way, it's a true thing, but you can't restrict. There could be specific project level needs. Some project may be contributing to their stakeholders in a specific way, which may be extension of the program goals. Yeah, there is a possibility. So and they may need to find out few details which are specific to that area. So I want to have a KPI alignment, but I can't say only. Yeah, only is a little restrictive word. So I become little careful about it. Allow project team to use their KPIs for project level monitoring, yes, and create a separate team to align metrics at the program level. Again, not a good idea. So I need to make sure that we have a appropriate governance and tracking system which serves the purpose of projects and program monitoring. Yeah. Align specific project specific KPIs with the program level objective while retaining matrices needed for project stakeholder review. Possible. So it is saying that program level and project level KPI should be in the alignment, and we can retain some of the matrices which are needed for the project stakeholders. It looks like a good idea. Ask the project manager to how they prefer to track their project KPIs and program goals. I can definitely ask, but the question is not about that. Yeah. So I can ask, then ultimately I need to bring the alignment. The question is basically focusing on that we are lacking the overall program visibility and program tracking. Which particular program management task helps me in ensuring and resolving it? So I need to focus on continuous alignment of my matrices. So this is something I select as an option C here. So you can see as a answer, yeah, the task 5, define standard measurement criteria, including key performance indicator for success and review point of all constituent project component by analyzing stakeholder expectation and requirement across constitute projects component to monitor and control the program. Yeah. So this is what the question was. Yeah. So if I get my PgMP ECO task right, task number 5, I clearly get it. Oh, I need to make sure that I work with the stakeholder and we make sure that it aligned to the overall objective as well. And I need to consider the stakeholder needs also. Yeah. So this is something you are focusing. Benefits management plan, governance management, governance plan will also consider will be applicable here. Yeah. Question number 18. So you have been appointed as a program manager for a newly approved digital transformation program. Okay, so which means I'm in a program formulation phase. Great. The program has high visibility and leadership wants to demonstrate program progress quickly. Okay. However, several stakeholders are unfamiliar with the program's objectives, scopes, benefits, leading to misalignment and lack of engagement. Okay, so we are saying that we have a stakeholder misalignment issue and program sponsor is in a hurry. Yeah, so that's their thing. Steering committee is in a hurry, but there are some stakeholders who are not clear. As a program manager, what is the best approach to bring the alignment and ensure stakeholder buy-in quickly? So the simple question is, how do I get the alignment in a program formulation phase of my program? Yeah, that seems to be the question. Option A, send a formal program announcement to communicate program objectives and the roadmap for all the stakeholders. I can do it. So I can prepare the roadmap and I can send an email. So it's a push communication. So we know that in our, you might have studied these push, pull, and interactive. And whenever the communications are coming, we need to be a little careful that yes, it's a push, usually not that great idea because it does not ensure the receiver will open the email and understand it. Yeah. So, but it's a push communication. From my side, I can resolve it. I can do it, but may not be effective. Start program activities immediately, focus on achieving quick wins and share results to build alignment. This is little, let's get started, we will align later. Yeah, not necessarily a good idea for complex programs. It might be good if you are doing small experimental project where you say that let's do something and then we'll talk to the stakeholder, but not in the case of program. Option C, hold a program kickoff meeting with the project team members and share detailed meeting minutes with other stakeholders. So kickoff meeting is a great idea. Yeah. But the only problem is why just with project team members? Yeah. Why not with the key stakeholders of the program? Now that's the trick. If you reach to buy this option C and you see a kickoff meeting as a keyword, you mark it right, you misreading the option D. Option D could be a better option. Let's see option D. Conduct a program kickoff meeting, yes, with the key stakeholders, yes, yeah, which will include your program and level and project level stakeholder because key to familiarize them with the program and build alignment. Great, yeah. So it's an interactive communication kickoff. It's not a push communication. It's not a pull communication also where you publish a roadmap and ask people to refer whenever they want to. So it's interactive, rich communication. Second, it is one of the tasks of a program manager. If you read your program management exam content outline, so you go with option number D. Yeah. You can just guess it also without even memorizing program management, the ECO part of it. But if you have an understanding of ECO, it also makes the process fast. So you have a task 6, conduct program kickoff with key stakeholders by holding meeting to familiarize the organization with the program and obtain stakeholders buy-in. So we want to get a quick buy-in. We don't want to rush for it. And kickoff meeting is a good idea. You can do it as a task. And if it is coming in the exam, you definitely show that I do a kickoff meeting. Question number 19. You are preparing for a program kickoff meeting to align stakeholders and secure buy-in for a newly approved program. So newly approved means program formulation phase. Approved means program charter has been approved. Great. The goal is to communicate the program purpose, scope, and expected outcome effectively. The program charter details has to be told. That's something we want to do. So I am thinking about doing kickoff meeting. Yeah, and this is the situation. Which two key document would you leverage to ensure the kickoff meeting is impactful? So in a way, you are preparing for a kickoff meeting. What documents can help you in preparing that well? Use the program roadmap to outline milestones and the program charter to communicate scope and objectives. Looks like a great idea. During a program formulation stage, I should have a program roadmap. Sometimes we have a specifically saying high level roadmap, but I have an understanding and I should be using the content of a program charter. Good option. Option B, present the business case to highlight program justification. Usually the business case is considered to be a complicated document and I don't have to justify program here. I need to align them. Yeah. So there and the benefits management plan to show expected outcomes. So benefits management plan is expected to show me benefits, outcomes, outputs, mapping, and how they come together and deliver a value. But at this point in time, in a program formulation stage, it is very unlikely that I have a benefits management plan ready. First thing. Second thing, I may not want to get into the detail of business case in a program kickoff meeting. Some summary of the business case may be there, but that is anyway coming with the help of program charter to me. Though it's a critical, little tricky choice, but out of A, B, I will still consider A. Option C, leverage the program charter to provide scope clarity and a draft stakeholder communication plan to address stakeholder concerns. So section A is good. That's obviously because charter has to be there. Stakeholder communication plan to address stakeholder concerns. I need to just align them. I'm doing kickoff meeting. I'm doing interactive communication. Not much relevant. Share the business case for strategic alignment and high-level work breakdown structure to provide an overview of the deliverables. At this stage, I may not have a WBS, and I usually don't want to get into WBS level details directly with the stakeholder. It's a program, it is not a project. So I can easily choose option A. Yeah, so this is something I can pick it up here and I can say, okay, this is option A. Yeah. So roadmap and the charter to communicate alignment, I will use extensively to prepare for my program kickoff meeting. The task is again mapped to program kickoff meeting because I need to hold and familiarize the stakeholder to the objectives and the overall stakeholder buy-in has to be achieved. I don't have to justify my program here. Yeah, that's not the goal. Justification is a complicated activity which is done with the help of business case. Kickoff meeting is just telling about, yeah, this is the reason why we are doing. These are the objective we want to achieve. These are the benefits we want to achieve. This is how we will do it. These are the high level timelines and these kind of expectation we have from you. Yeah. Question number 20. You are tasked with finalizing the program scope statement to ensure clarity and alignment with program objectives. What key elements should be included in a well-developed program scope statement? So we need to identify elements of the program scope statement. Option A, high-level program objectives, deliverable component mapped to expected benefits, and change management process. In my perception, high-level program objectives should be part of program scope statement. Deliverable components, list of deliverables should be there. Mapping to expected benefits is expected to be there. We may have a separate artifacts for mapping purpose as well, but in a scope statement, we should also have it. Change management process is unlikely to be a part of program scope statement. We should have a separate change management related artifact. Option B, detailed project schedule, resource allocation plan, and a risk response strategy for program components. It's very obvious this is not relevant. Even if I say detailed program schedule at the place of project schedule, then also it is not relevant. Easy to discard. Option C, high-level program objectives matching with option A. Yes. Work decomposed into deliverable component. Yeah, more or less matching to option A and mapped to expected benefits. Yeah. So this is saying it is removing the change management process in a way from option A and makes the option C a better option than option A and seems to be best option as of now out of these three. Option D, stakeholder engagement plan. It's a separate artifact. Governance policies, technical details of the program deliverables. Technical details of the program deliverable can come, but governance policy and stakeholder engagement plan is definitely out of question. So easily we can choose the option C, which helps us in understanding what could be there in the program scope statement. For a preparation perspective, this is a program activity related thing. You know, from a program activity space, you will be developing the program scope statement, and that program scope management planning talks about the scope statement and program level WBS in a pretty much detail. So if you go to the mapping to tasks, it is definitely talking about preparing a scope statement along with collaboration and negotiation and incorporating the overall program vision, internal, external objectives, influences, variables to facilitate overall planning. So yes, scope statement should be facilitating the overall planning, and this is how I develop a program scope statement. So these are the 10 questions. We started from question number 11 till question number 20. We will publish more and more program lifecycle domain related questions. If you are interested in getting specific mentoring assistance for your PgMP preparation or application, please connect with us. You can find our details in the description.